Well, good morning, gang. It's Wolfman here. It's about 6:30 in the morning, and I didn't sleep too bad. We did manage to get a few more Z's after, being surrounded by the chupacabras or whatever they were. Yeah, that was interesting. So I did post a short to see if anyone can tell me what it is. I didn't figure it out, but we're gonna get up. Sunrise is gonna be here soon. You can start to see it lightening up out there already, and it's definitely time for coffee. So let's go make some Java.
So I brought my nighttime shoes, which I love. Having a nice pair of these things, right? They're so nice. Real shearling, real wool. Literally, second time I've had them on, and look at that. It just literally ripped completely off, it seems. So we're taking those back to Costco. I guess gonna try a new pair, but has that happened to anyone else? What is going on here? It doesn't make any sense. Look at that. Ripped right open. Oh boy. So anyways,
the sun's still yawning, the woods stay hushed, the fire's crackling, the pan's got rust, water in the kettle, it starts to sing, morning's coming, gotta brew this thing. Coffee by the fire, oh, it's slow and sweet, a little bitter bite, and the day feels complete. Pour it in the tin cup, watch the steam rise, that morning brew by the fire, open my eyes. Beans in the grinder, hand crank grind, smell like heaven, rough but kind. The wind sneaks by, says, give me a sip. Sorry, old friend, not sharing this trip. The trees lean in, the world's still asleep, a secret's brewing, a promise to keep. Coffee by the fire, oh, it's slow and sweet, a little bitter bite, and the day feels complete. Pour it in the tin cup, watch the steam rise, that morning brew by the fire, open my eyes.
enjoying my Ontario Parks coffee. I'm glad they actually got this brand, Chili Moose. I'm not a big fan of Yeti. I don't know why, because it's so mainstream. And I like to think of myself as outside of the mainstream. It's ridiculous, really, because they make amazing products. But I really like Chili Moose. And I've got my Ontario Parks sweatshirt on to keep me warm this morning. It's about 7 or 8 degrees Celsius, so a little cool. And we're going to have this coffee and then I think make some breakfast. Breakfast is going to be simple this morning. Usually we do like bacon and eggs and all that good stuff, but trying to keep it simple on this trip as we had to kayak in all of our goods. And as it is, I took too much stuff. What we're going to try is actually some banana milk warmed with granola and see how that works out. And then we're definitely going to get out and do some fishing this morning. Water's pretty calm, and do some exploring because there's other campsites here and I want to see the portage spot. So enjoy this coffee and we'll see you around breakfast. Well, we're boiling up some water for Miss Luna for breakfast. I think today she's going to have some albacore white tuna with some Sapporo Ichiban noodles. It's one of the things the dog loves about these camping trips is she gets to eat real food too, so hopefully she likes it. Minus the flavor pack. Well, somebody's excited, eh? You ready for some breakfast? Yes. We got tuna, low sodium, and plain noodles. And that's going to be one happy girl. There you go. Actually, let's get you eating down here so we don't have mess around the tent. Just trying to be bear aware. There you go. All right, now it's time for my breakfast. Some banana granola crunch, which we're actually going to cook with this Core Power, 26 grams of protein, made with real milk. I think the dog made off better than me this morning, if I'm honest. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, looks pretty good. Got softened up nicely and warm. Oh yeah. Just like having warm oats and a really nice bath of sweet milk. I'll do this one camping more often. Fuel for catching fish. We're going to take stuff for a catch and cook today. Hopefully we catch a fish and can enjoy one somewhere in our journey today. We're also going to check out potentially some of the trails, maybe take the portage trails to a couple of the other lakes. Not with the kayak. It's not really good for portaging, but on foot. And see if we see any other campers, because we have seen nobody come by this way. So either they've gone up from Big East Lake and taken the loop, or they looked at the weather forecast and changed their mind. I guess we'll find out. We'll see you later.
The paddle dips and whispers low. The ripples stretch where echoes go. A loon calls out, the air stands still. The lake's a mirror, bending will. Still waters speak, they hum, they sigh. Under the endless northern sky, they hold the weight, they calm the ache in their embrace. I am trees lean like old wise friends, their roots run deep where the silence spends. The wind hums hymns through cedar rows. The earth breathes songs through cedar rows. The earth breathes soft, it always knows. Every stroke pulls me closer in.
Hey, what do you think? Luna and I are checking out another camp spot. There's nobody here, so we thought we'd just have a quick peek. This is site number 70. And it looks like it can have 8 tents and 16 people, so that's pretty massive. And it is a big site. We got a nice big fire pit up here. Lots of wood stoked away. Looks like a pretty nice spot. A little too open though, man. If the wind is coming through here, you are not going to be protected at all. I still think I like our spot better. But maybe that's just because it's our spot. Careful. All right, we've hit our first portage. This one is 185 meters to Cinder Lake, from Cinder Lake to Muck Lake. And Luna needs to warm up a bit. She, well, I would say fell into the lake, but more like being dumb and kind of jumping early. Beautiful spot. And there she is. She's got it worked up. Pretty refreshed, hey? Hey, pretty refreshed. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go for a walk and check out Muck Lake. Hey. Well, this is a pretty steep looking portage. Not really sure where it goes. Must be around this way. Oh. I bet in the spring the runoff here is pretty cool. A little trail following right alongside of it, but I'll betcha when it rains. Got a nice little torrent down here. Really pretty. I love all the roots and ferns. Almost reminds me of being in BC. Hi, kiddo. Oh, really short portage at least. Like I said, my kayak is not capable, otherwise I would probably come check this lake out. As it stands, we'll just be hiking. Let's see how mucky it is. I did see a video by a guy, and it wasn't too bad. What you see? I saw something. Hey, what do you see? What do you smell? Oh, poop. What's that? Could be coyote, could be bear. Not much of it left. This is definitely not a spot to put in. Hey, no, don't roll in it. Pretty though. Look at that. Oh yeah. All right, a little walking symbol led us up another path, and this looks like where people must put it in out right here. See if there's another sign. Yeah, this is definitely it. As you can see, back to Cinder Lake. Oh, it is pretty. Wow. Kind of tough to navigate. Have to go down around the logs over there and then kind of around further that way. It looks like a pretty little lake though. Wow. What do you think? Yeah? Starting to dry out. There you go. Okay. But this island, actually this tiny island, it's a fraction of the size we're on, but looks really nice. Oh yeah. Definitely gonna throw my rod in here. There's lots of lily pads. Oh, and a couple pieces of firewood. Beauty. What a beauty spot. Lovely, eh? What do you think, Luna? Would this be a good spot to try out sometime? I think so. I really do. Wow. I kind of like it more than our spot. I mean, I know it's a really tiny island, but water on all sides. This seems like kind of the ideal spot. Not really protected from the elements, but wow, what a great spot. Really nice for swimming. At its site 73, only one tent and 4 people. 73, you're on my list. What do you think, honey? Next time we'll do 73? Wow. Nice spot. Yeah. Wow, so really nice fire pit on this site. What I really like though is someone's built a little rock seat, a rock couch, so you can actually sit there. How cool is that? It's got a nice recline back. Sit here and enjoy the fire and the view. That's a bit of all right. Well, me and Looney Tunes are coming up after an unsuccessful hour of fishing from the island to one that's on the main shore. Now we're going to check this one out too. All right, this is site 75, and it says it's good for 3 people, no, 3 tents, 10 people. Nice fireplace, and somebody of course left their garbage. At least it's burnable. Just put it in there so we can use it as a fire starter. What do you think? It goes out on a nice little point. It's got its own little peninsula there by the tree you can see at the end. Yeah, this site's pretty massive. We just came from up there where I showed you the point in the fire pit, and then all this space back in here. Look at all this. Tent here, tent there. Tents everywhere, and yet no tents. We have not seen a single soul out here, just me and Luna, which is crazy. I can't believe it. I saw a couple of sites were booked, but I guess no people, right? And we're gonna probably after this just kind of paddle back. Cool breeze coming through, and I think that means possible rain because the clouds are changing. Brought my raincoat, but Looney Tunes doesn't have one. And it'd be nicer to be back at the tent, eh? Well, what do you say, dog? You ready to get in for another round? And hopefully not fall in? Got to be a fish out there somewhere. Had lots of little bites, but they're just grabbing onto the worm, not to the hook. And I can tell because it's a weedless setup and it's not offsetting the little piece of wire that keeps it weedless. So they're just pulling on the tail. Hopefully they got some big brothers and sisters where they're from. Yeah, so it looks like site 71 has some ample parking. Here you could get 2 or 3. Let's go see how many people this site's actually allowed to have. Looks pretty nice. I like this one that it's a little more sheltered than the last one we saw. Quite tiny. Little fire pit there. Where's the sign on the tree? What's it saying? Okay, it's saying 1 tent and 4 people, so this is officially the smallest site that we've seen. Nice view though. Look at that. Private little bay over here. You got an island to the right. Looks pretty sweet. Well, somebody was making something here. I don't know what they are. Stakes on the bottom, and then they got little notches like this. So, homemade tents, spikes, I guess, for guy lines would be my guess, and there for the next person have the same benefit. Pretty cool. Well, these lucky ducks, eh? If you're camped at this site, you got a brand new thunderbox. Look at that. A freshie, hey? Not that it matters to you. There you go. Site 71. Use the bathroom like a king. Well, I can tell you where I don't want to camp. I think. Maybe. I don't know yet. 76. Little fire pit there. Strange ground. Dog's already kind of moving over to another spot. I don't think so, but we're kind of hoping through there we can get back to our camp. Looks a little shallow, but we'll find out. All right, we're hoping we can get through this gap here. It's weird because on the map it actually shows this as a way to go through, but it's really shallow. And the way that we did come through on the other side, although shallow, showed land on the Google Maps. So hopeful, but not too hopeful. We'll see if someone else has cut a path through here. It's pretty. I just don't have to go all the way back around. We've been on the water for quite a while already. It'd be nice to just to get there. So we'll see if we can cut through. Fingers crossed. I don't know, girl, what do you think? It looks kind of shallow. Obstacle number 1. We're gonna get over that. So we're gonna have to find something else here. Wow. This will be a tricky section. I wonder if I have to walk it. Stay tuned. Okay, we're back at camp, which is awesome. But that was some sketchy stuff. So don't pay attention to Google Maps if you come here and you want to get around to the other side. That was so overgrown and logs falling down and the wind tunneling through there. At one point we were literally stationary and then had to paddle so hard to be able to get through. But we're here, okay? And honey knows that we're back. All's well that ends well. And it looks like we might still get some rain this afternoon, so I'm really happy that we didn't have to go all the way back around, you know, to get here, because that would have taken us, you know, at least another couple of hours. So good to be home.
Oh, breaking camp, it cuts the heart, the trail fades soft behind. I hate to leave, but home's a pull, a tethered thread to bind. The coffee cools in tin-stained cups, a taste of earth and smoke. I see the marks of boots and wheels, the stories no one spoke. The piney air, the sky so wide they cling, but I must go. Every step away, away, but forward calls the road. Oh, breaking camp, it cuts the heart, the trail fades soft behind. I hate to leave, but home's a pull, a tethered thread to bind.
Well, as they say, leave no trace. Well, we got camp torn down and we got the kayak all rigged up with our stuff. We were ready to go. Coming out with less than we went in, that firewood really made a difference. I think it'll be a lot easier paddling back. Weather looks pretty good. Nice sunshiny morning since the wind is at about 7 degrees. Now we're not done yet because you remember when we get back, we have to tear the trailer down and try to figure out how we actually get out of here. And that's going to be the next challenge. So stay tuned for that. See you soon. Well, what a beautiful morning that was for a paddle. I was worried about the weather and it turns out I didn't need to be. We are back on terra firma mainland. And now we're going to go up and have a look at the Jeep and see what we're dealing with here. Hopefully, I brought my tire iron. I had it in the shop recently, so I had it emptied out. I wonder if anyone was even here. Hard to tell, but nobody here now. It's as quiet as when we left it. There's the old girl, the Jeep, eh, honey? What do you think? Oh, bittersweet. I'm sad to be leaving, but it's nice to be back. Now let's see what we can do with this mess. All right, gang, as I mentioned, we're not done yet. We got to get this trailer broken down so we can actually use it. And as we like to say on this channel, if you have a plan, you know you can. So the plan is we're going to empty out the Thule, take the Thule off. Then we're going to take off both of the Christmas tree mounts. We're going to take them apart, store them in the Jeep. We're going to have a flat trailer on the bottom. We're going to put the kayak in the middle. We're going to put the Thule on top of the kayak, and we're going to strap all that down, and it should work. So at any rate, let's get to work. I knew that was going to happen. Bet you never thought you'd see this on a camping video. We got the base ready, now it's time to load up. Might have to take the handle off the kayak. I'm not using it anyway. Well, there we go, boys and girls, locked and loaded and ready to go. She's locked down in 4 places, so straps are good. We'll double check when we get off the logging trail, but we're ready to go home. Well, that was fun. We're just about through now, at least the hardest part. And we'll stop and check the trailer out. But certainly feels stable. Yeah, that was some kind of ride. Ooh. So if you do come here, just make sure you have a 4x4. That's all I'm saying. They mean it. When I was on the website, I thought, oh, maybe they're just being cautious, but no. Front rope check. And check. Thule check. Yeah. Nice and tight. Tight as a drum. A little tighter. A little settling on the back one there. Okay. All right. We made out just fine. Homeward bound.